Hello, Premium Club. Hope everyone is doing well. Today, I just want to quickly talk to you about navigating through desperate times. And there's this thing that people say. The saying goes, it says, "Desperate times calls for desperate measures." And I don't totally agree with that saying. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. Um, I really believe that desperate times calls for clear thinking. Um, Decisive thinking. Um, you know, Desperation in itself is is an urge to act. And a lot of people in times of desperation make things worse. Um, and this has happened to me, especially in my years of doing business. When I act desperately, I make a lot of mistakes. You understand? When I act desperate, and I'm sure a lot of you can attest to that too. Some of the worst clients I've had has been out of desperation. Some of the worst business experiences I've had has been out of desperation. Some of the worst payment I've gotten for work that has been incredibly back-breaking has been out of desperation. Um, I'm very confident in my client relationship and what their assessment of me would be. But the truth of the matter is that I know there are one or two clients out there that if they were to assess me, they will say things that might surprise some of you. Some of them might tell you, Mr. Tola is owing me money. Mr. Tola is owing me money. He never delivered on this job. And I remember having a client like that once that I took on desperate times. And my mind was telling me, don't, don't. But I was desperate, so I took it on. And the work ended up so ugly um, that it was a back and forth, and nothing ever got done. Nothing. I didn't get paid completely. She didn't get her job completely. It was just so ugly. And if there are any regrets at all, it's jobs like that I regret. Jobs where I acted desperately because the times were desperate. And they are still hanging over my head even when the desperation has lifted. You understand? The sour taste in my mouth is still there. And I'm sure it's still in the client's mind too. What I'm just telling you is that in times like this, especially in times of economic hardship and uncertainty, people will suggest all manner of things to you, all manner of things you can do, all manner of partnerships and alliances. You know, it's very important that you know yourself. I think clarity of self is very important. If there's any gift you can give yourself, is to know yourself. And the thing about clarity is a lot of people think clarity is about knowing what to do. And they always forget that clarity is two-sided. It's about knowing what to do and sometimes knowing what not to do. So sometimes some people are not clear about what they do, what they should do. But they're clear about what not to do. But they always see what not to do as not clarity. So I'll put it this way. If you don't know the job you like doing, some people have a difficulty with what do I want to do? What kind of job am I interested in? What kind of job excites me? What kind of job can I put in hours that I wouldn't look at time going and I really, really wouldn't care how much I'm earning? Not a lot of people are clear about those kind of things. But then if you're not clear about the job you like doing, be clear about the jobs you don't like doing. That's clarity. Use elimination method to get clarity. I know I don't want to do this. If you're not clear about the kind of person you want to be with, be clear about the kind of people you don't want to be with. You understand? So eliminate. And sometimes by elimination, you find yourself with what you really want. So if you're not clear about who you want to be with, be clear about who you don't want to be with. If you're not clear about what you want to do, be clear about what you don't want to do. If you're not clear about where you want to be clear about where you don't want to be. You understand? Very important. Because this kind of time people will introduce all manner of things and just say, oh, there's this investment and stuff. You need to know yourself. You understand? Are you the kind of investment type person? You understand? So you look back and say, oh, how has my history with investment been? Some people are going to tell you to do some kind of stuff, oh, sell this, oh, get into this kind of business. You have to know yourself, because what works for somebody might not work for you. So, to desperate times, don't add burdens and troubles, you understand, and difficult people. So, use that elimination method. You understand? You don't have to be clear about what you want. Sometimes you just need to be clear about what you don't want. You don't need to be clear about what you can do. You need to be clear about what you cannot do. Very important. Um, because people, as I said, people will always try to push you. People would always try to push you into um, strategy that in the end will just be an added burden to you that you don't need. Um, so that's what I want to share with you guys today. Desperate times don't call for desperate measures. Desperate times calls for clear thinking. And sometimes clear thinking is not really about knowing what you want to do. It's about being clear about what you don't want to do. You understand? It's about being clear about what you don't want to do, so you don't get wrapped up in an activity that you don't want. So I know that there might be people here today that just this push, just say extra income, extra income, extra income. They just push something on you. Just push something and you just say, okay, go and start fish farming. You understand? And use your last month to go and get fish farming. And you have to think, am I an animal person? What does it take to be a fish farmer? Do I need to be getting up early in the morning to feed this fish? Am I an early morning person? Do I need to be at home a lot to be there to check them? Am I someone that stays at home a lot? Do I need to keep their pond clean? Am I even keeping my room clean? You understand what I'm saying? So by elimination, you can know who you are not. You understand? You might not be totally clear on who you are, but you know who you are not. I'm not a clean person per se. I'm not an early riser. You understand? So this fish farming, and then you see someone else doing fish farming and saying it's such a good business. It's such a good business because it aligns with their personality. It aligns with who they are. Know what aligns with you. Some people will come to you and tell you, you're on social media, you need to start dancing. You need to start dancing. Do one of these trends that involves dancing. You think to yourself, do I like dancing? Am I a dancer? Because sometimes some people that are not meant to be dancing will dance, and just by doing that trend that involves dancing, you look awkward, you don't look attractive, and you turn people off. There are so many people that have turned me off just by trying to be some extroverted false version of themselves, and they're like, oh, why is this person embarrassing themselves? You understand what I'm saying? So people always recommend stuff. Think about it. Is it for me? Is it for me? You understand? Is it for me? And you would find out that you get more clarity even if you're not sure about who you are. Be sure about who you are not, and that in itself is clarity. So I just thought to just share that with you guys today, and I hope someone finds that useful.